Let me tell y'all something right out the gate. Respect is one of those things everybody wants, but not everybody knows how to get. See, folks think you can just demand it, raise your voice, puff your chest out, and people gon' fall in line. That ain't how it works. Respect don't move like that. Respect don't answer to threats, it don't bend to noise, and it sure don't show up just because you said so. Respect responds to who you are, how you carry yourself, and the way you make other people feel when they're around you. Now, here's the truth most people overlook. Psychology has some secrets to this thing. Not tricks, not manipulation, but little switches in your behavior that change how folks see you. Because respect ain't about being the loudest in the room. It's about being the person everybody notices even when you're quiet. It's about walking in with a presence that says, I know who I am, and I don't need to prove it to you. And when you live like that, people can't help but give you respect. See, I'm going to give you 5 secrets from psychology that'll flip the script for you. 5 simple shifts that'll make people lean in when you talk, pay attention when you move, and value what you bring to the table without you begging for it. But before I break those down, I need you to lock in, because this ain't theory. This is life. This is about how you show up every day, how you hold yourself when the pressure's on, and how you treat people even when you think it don't matter. Respect ain't built in a moment. It's built in patterns. And I'll tell you something else. The minute you understand these secrets, the minute you put them into practice, you're going to realize you don't have to chase respect. You attract it. You draw it in. You become the type of person folks can't ignore. That's the power of it. Now lean in with me, because these 5 secrets I'm about to drop, if you take them serious, they're going to change how the world responds to you starting today. Respect isn't given. It's earned through presence, actions, and mindset. That's the truth, plain and simple. People may clap for you, smile at you, or even nod their heads in your direction, but that doesn't mean they respect you. Respect is deeper than that. Respect is when folks not only hear what you say, but they believe you, they feel you, and they carry your words with them when you're not even in the room. Respect is when people know they can count on you, not because of what you told them, but because of what they've seen you do. And let me tell you, that kind of respect, you don't buy it, you don't beg for it, and you sure don't bully it out of people. You earn it one decision at a time. When you walk into a room, people don't respect you just because you showed up. They watch the way you walk. They pay attention to your energy. They notice how you look at people, how you carry yourself, how you make others feel in your presence. It's not about being perfect. It's about being consistent. Folks respect consistency. They respect somebody who doesn't have to announce their power because the way they move already proves it. You ever seen somebody walk into a space and without saying a word, the whole room shifts? That's presence. That's the kind of energy that makes people stop what they're doing and pay attention because they can feel something strong, steady, and undeniable in the air. But here's the catch. Presence by itself isn't enough. Respect comes from the actions behind it. If your actions don't match your presence, people see through that. They'll figure out real quick if you're just putting on a show or if you're the real deal. Respect is when your words line up with your behavior, when your promises line up with your follow-through. It's when people know you're going to do what you said you were going to do, even when it costs you more than you thought. It's easy to talk about loyalty, honesty, and integrity, but respect is built when you live it out, even when it's inconvenient. Mindset is the final piece of the puzzle. See, people respect the way you think before they respect the way you talk. If your mindset is strong, focused, and intentional, it shows in everything you do. Respect is born when you believe in yourself enough to stand firm in your values, when you don't fold under pressure, and when you don't let every opinion in the room shake your foundation. Folks respect somebody who's unshakable, somebody who can hear criticism without losing their sense of self, somebody who can face failure without quitting. Respect grows when people see that you're steady, that you've got direction, and that you won't compromise your principles for quick applause. The mistake a lot of people make is thinking respect comes from being the loudest or the toughest or the smartest. But real respect don't care about volume. It cares about substance. It don't care about showing off. It cares about showing up. Respect is quiet strength. It's controlled confidence. It's the discipline to keep your character intact no matter what's happening around you. You don't demand respect by saying, "You better respect me." That ain't how it works. You earn it by living in a way that makes people say to themselves, "May not agree with everything they do, but I can't deny the way they carry themselves." And let me be real with you, earning respect takes time. It's a slow build, brick by brick. Every decision you make is either stacking another brick on that wall or knocking one down. People watch how you treat others when there's nothing to gain. They watch how you respond when you're angry, how you react when you're disappointed, how you behave when nobody's clapping. Respect grows in the shadows before it ever shows up in the spotlight. The ones who get it, the ones who keep it, are the ones who understand that their reputation is being written every single day, with every choice, with every action, with every word. There will always be folks who don't respect you, no matter what you do. That's life. But the respect that matters, the respect that lasts, doesn't come from chasing everybody's approval. It comes from being rooted in who you are and letting your actions speak so loud that even the ones who doubt you can't ignore it. Respect is earned when you stop trying to be everything for everyone and start focusing on being the best version of yourself. Because here's the thing, respect is contagious. When people see you walking with integrity, when they see you staying true under pressure, when they see you handle yourself with dignity, they can't help but treat you different. They may not always like you, but they'll respect you. And in this world, being liked is nice. But being respected, that's powerful. People naturally gravitate toward confidence that feels real, not forced. You know what I mean? There's a difference between somebody who's just pretending to be confident and somebody who truly knows who they are. We've all seen those folks who come in a room trying way too hard, being loud just to be noticed, bragging about what they got or what they did, like they're trying to sell you something. That's not confidence. That's insecurity in disguise. And people can sense it from a mile away. But when confidence is real, when it's rooted deep inside, you don't have to perform, you don't have to prove anything. It's in the way you stand, the way you listen, the way you talk without rushing to convince anybody. That kind of confidence is magnetic, and people can't help but respect it. Now, here's the thing about real confidence. It's not arrogance. Arrogance is about putting other people down so you can feel higher. Confidence is about standing tall without needing to knock anybody else over. And that's why people are drawn to it. When you meet somebody who's confident in a genuine way, they don't make you feel small. They actually make you feel bigger. They encourage you, they lift the room, and they give you permission to believe in yourself too. That's the beauty of true confidence. It doesn't compete, it inspires. Real confidence also shows up in the way you handle uncertainty. See, life is unpredictable, and none of us got all the answers. But people who are genuinely confident, they don't panic when things don't go as planned. They adapt. They stay calm. They admit when they don't know something. But they also know they'll figure it out. And that attitude makes others trust them because they're steady in the storm. Confidence doesn't mean you're fearless. It means you trust yourself enough to move forward, even when fear is in the room. And when folks see that in you, they respect it because deep down they wish they had that same calm strength in themselves. The tricky part is this: confidence can't be faked for long. You can put on a show for a little while, but eventually the cracks will show. People are sharp, they pick up on the little things. They notice if you're overcompensating, if you're exaggerating your story, if you're pretending to know more than you do. But when confidence is real, it doesn't have to shout. It whispers. It's subtle. It's steady. It's you being okay with silence, with letting others talk, with not needing the spotlight every second. That's what makes it powerful. Because the moment you stop trying to prove you're confident is the moment people start believing it. One of the biggest mistakes people make is confusing confidence with perfection. They think, once I have it all together, once I stop making mistakes, then I'll be confident. But let me tell you, confidence isn't about being perfect. It's about being comfortable with being imperfect. It's about knowing your strengths and owning them, but also knowing your weaknesses and not being ashamed of them. Real confidence is when you can say, yeah, I messed that up, and still hold your head high because you know that one mistake doesn't define you. People respect that honesty because it's rare. Most folks are out here trying to cover up their flaws, while the truly confident ones embrace them. And confidence is contagious too. When you walk into a room standing firm in who you are, other people feel it. They start sitting up straighter. They start believing in themselves a little more, just because of the way you carry yourself. Think about it. How many times have you been around somebody who didn't have to say much, but their energy just lifted you? That's the power of real confidence. It shifts the atmosphere without even trying. But you got to understand, confidence doesn't come overnight. It's built. It's built through every challenge you face, every time you get knocked down and get back up, every time you doubt yourself but push through anyway. Each of those moments adds a layer to your confidence until one day you realize you don't have to fake it anymore. You've lived it. You've earned it. And people can feel the difference between earned confidence and acted confidence. The first one draws people in. The second one pushes them away. See, folks respect real confidence because it represents freedom. Freedom from needing approval, freedom from chasing validation, freedom from trying to be somebody you're not. When people see you free like that, it makes them want to trust you because deep down, that's what they want too. They want to be comfortable in their own skin. They want to stop performing. They want to live in that kind of truth. So when they see you doing it, they respect it because it reminds them that it's possible for them too. And let me just tell you this. Confidence isn't about being the center of attention. Sometimes the most confident person in the room is the one listening quietly, paying attention, not needing to interrupt or dominate the conversation. Because confidence isn't about being seen. It's about being secure. And when people sense that security in you, they gravitate toward it because it feels safe, it feels steady, and it feels real. Small psychological habits can shift how others see and respond to you. Most people think respect comes from big dramatic gestures, giving speeches, doing something flashy, or always trying to be the star of the show. But that's not how it works. Respect is built in the little things, the things you do day in and day out that people notice, even when you don't realize they're paying attention. Human beings are wired to pick up on signals, and it's those tiny signals that shape the way people feel about you. Think about it for a second. When you meet someone new, what makes you decide if you trust them or not? It's not one big thing. It's the small details, the way they shake your hand, the way they look at you when you're speaking, the tone of their voice, whether or not they actually listen, instead of waiting for their turn to talk. All of that tells you more about a person than whatever words come out of their mouth. People are constantly scanning for those small cues, and that's how they decide if they're going to respect you or dismiss you. Take eye contact, for example. Something as simple as looking someone in the eye when they're talking to you sends a signal that you're confident, you're present, and you value what they're saying. On the flip side, if you're always looking down at your phone, glancing around the room, or avoiding their eyes altogether, they'll feel like you don't care or that you're hiding something. That one small habit can completely change the way someone views you. And the truth is, people respect those who make them feel seen. Another small habit is the way you listen. Most people listen to respond, not to understand. They're nodding their heads while the other person is talking, but their brain is busy preparing what they're going to say next. But when you actually lean in, when you pause, when you give someone the space to finish their thought without rushing them, you stand out. People feel it. They feel that you're giving them your full attention, and that creates respect, because respect is rooted in how you make others feel. Even your posture sends signals. You don't have to be stiff or rigid, But when you stand tall, shoulders back, chin up, you send out energy that says you believe in yourself. And when you sit slouched, arms crossed, head down, you send a message that you're closed off, unsure, or not interested. These little physical habits speak louder than words because our brains are wired to read body language before anything else. Long before people respect what you're saying, they respect or don't respect the way you're carrying yourself. Another psychological habit that shifts how people respond to you is remembering names and details. It seems so small, but when you meet someone and later bring up something they told you, they feel valued. They feel like they matter to you, like they weren't just another face in the crowd. And let me tell you, people respect those who pay attention. It's rare these days for someone to actually listen deeply enough to remember, so when you do, it sets you apart instantly. Tone of voice is another subtle but powerful tool. You can say the same words in two different tones and get two completely different reactions. When your tone is calm, steady, and warm, people feel safe with you. They respect the steadiness. But when your tone is sharp, rushed, or dismissive, even if you didn't mean it that way, it pushes people away. Respect grows when your words and your tone line up to show that you're thoughtful, intentional, and in control of yourself. Now, here's the key. None of these habits are about pretending. They're not about putting on a fake smile or memorizing tricks to get people to like you. They're about awareness, being aware of how you show up, being aware that the smallest details create the biggest impressions. When you train yourself to be mindful of these little habits, you naturally start to carry yourself in a way that commands respect without forcing it. What's interesting is that people rarely remember everything you say, but they always remember how you made them feel. And it's those small habits, the eye contact, the tone, the posture, the way you listen, that shape that feeling. If people walk away from you feeling valued, seen, and respected, they will naturally give you respect in return. That's just how psychology works. And here's the beautiful part. These small habits are available to everybody. You don't need money. You don't need status. You don't need some fancy title to practice them. Anybody can stand tall. Anybody can listen with intention. Anybody can use a calm, steady voice. Anybody can remember a detail about someone's life and bring it up later. These little shifts don't cost you a thing, but they change everything about the way people respond to you. Respect isn't always about doing something big. It's about consistency in the small things. People respect reliability, and reliability shows up in habits. When every time they interact with you, they feel seen, they feel heard, they feel valued, they feel your presence, that builds something strong. It builds trust, and trust is the foundation of respect. Respect comes from consistency, what you do when no one's watching. Anybody can put on a good show when the lights are on, when the crowd is clapping, when people are watching closely. That's easy. But the real measure of a person, the thing that makes people respect you on a deeper level, is how you carry yourself when there's no applause, no audience, no one around to pat you on the back. Because the truth is, your character is revealed in the quiet moments, not the loud ones. Respect is built behind closed doors, and people can sense it when they finally see you in the open. Consistency is powerful because it shows people that you're not playing a role, you're living your truth. If you act one way at work, another way at home, and another way around your friends, people eventually notice. They see the cracks. They figure out that you're switching masks depending on the room. And when they realize that, respect starts to fade. But when you're consistent, when you hold yourself to the same standard, no matter where you are or who's watching, that's when respect grows. Because folks start to trust that what they see is what they get, and trust is the seed of respect. It's like this: people respect reliability. Think about the people in your life you look up to the most. They're not the ones who did something great once and then disappeared. They're the ones who showed up again and again, the ones you could count on, the ones who didn't just talk about their values, but lived them out every single day. That kind of consistency speaks louder than any big speech or one-time action ever could. And here's the thing, consistency isn't glamorous, it's not exciting. It's the small, repeated actions that build over time. waking up early when you said you would, following through on a promise even when it's inconvenient, treating people with kindness whether they're your boss or the waiter at the diner, keeping your word when it would have been easier to back out. Those little patterns stack up, and over time, they shape the way people see you. People also pay attention to how you handle your values when temptation shows up. Anybody can be honest when honesty costs nothing. But can you be honest when it might cost you something valuable? Can you stay loyal when there's no benefit to it? Can you keep your standards high even when no one would ever find out if you lowered them? Those are the moments where consistency is tested, and those are the moments that decide whether people respect you or not. What's powerful about consistency is that it creates stability. The world is unpredictable. People are unpredictable. Most folks are used to disappointment, used to people saying one thing and doing another.